All right, Blaine Perkins, one night ahead of your K&N Pro Series West season opener. Tomorrow night at Irwindale, you just got done with 2 rounds of practice. Let me ask you, first of all, how's the car feeling after a couple of good shakedown sessions?
Car's feeling real good. We're a little tight, but we're getting a lot better from where we unloaded, and we ran a sticker. We stickered up as our last session. We ran a pretty good time, so I think we're in the top 7, top 8, and we should be right there for the race.
Now, crew chief, team owner Steve Portengay, he's been a stud around Irwindale. He's won there before. He knows the quick way around. Given your experience on a late model there, was he able to teach you any new tricks or maybe any little subtle nuances that you didn't know from competing there in 2015?
Definitely. I mean, Steve's so knowledgeable at this racetrack, and a lot of them we'll go to. And really, it's a completely different line to run in this K&N car than the late model, so it's kind of a new learning experience. But it's good to have a lot of laps on this track, and we were able to adapt pretty fast.
To get out there in the K&N car, even though it's radically different than the late model, just to understand the layout of the track and not to have to get the feel for it, is that a huge advantage going into to your second career K&N Series start?
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, kind of knowing the track, it helps a lot. I mean, it was really exciting when we found out the first couple of races are tracks we've been to. So it should really help us out and get us set on a good foot for the rest of the race season.
This K&N West Series, the rookie class is stacked heading into this year. There are a lot of really, really good freshmen that are going for the Rookie of the Year crown. I know how badly you want it. What kind of start are you going to need through the first few races to kind of establish yourself as a contender for that Rookie of the Year trophy?
We're going to need definitely a good start. I mean, like you said, this is a stacked field of rookies and veterans all over the place. I mean, you got Todd Gillen and Riley Herbst, who I've been running with for the past couple of years. And it's just going to be real tough, but we're ready for the challenge. And if we can start the season off right, just stay consistent throughout the year, and hopefully we can come away with it. Now,
the K&N events, they're relatively short. They're not endurance-level events, but is tire wear still a concern? What kind of strategy are you going to need to implement tomorrow night?
It's definitely still a concern. I mean, we got a lot of power on these cars, so you can't burn up the right rear tire. I mean, it's 150 lap race. I think we're just going to try and stay within the top 8, top 10 for first 100 laps and really save those tires. And then those last 50, 40 laps, I mean, we're just going to go after it, give it all we got.
Do you anticipate Irwindale to rubber up as the race goes on? Are you going to be dealing with a different surface on, lap 100 than you were dealing with on lap 10?
Yeah, I definitely think it will rubber up. Even tonight with all the K&N rubber, I mean, you can really tell this high group's really coming in, and there's a lot of rubber up there. You just got to go up there and find it. It's right up there next to the wall, so it makes it real interesting, but it's a lot of fun.
Without tipping your hand too much in terms of setup, how many different packages did you throw at the car tonight? Did you sort of start and finish with roughly the same car, or did you cycle through a couple of different packages?
We cycled through a couple. I mean, we unloaded. We were tight. Then we changed some springs, and that helped. And we got it to a neutral point, and we stickered up. And it's still a little tight. We're still a little tight to finish off the night. We're going to throw something at it for tomorrow morning, see if that helps for the morning practice. And if not, we got a really good baseline. Well, not even baseline, just really good race setup for tomorrow night's race. We were really good once the sun went down, so that should be good for the race.
Any good racer I know sort of has one eye on their own program and another eye on the competition. It helps to know who you're going to be out there with and who's going to be contending for the win right alongside you. So did anyone kind of show flashes of brilliance tonight? Can you point to one competitor that might be right up at the front with you when it comes time for racing tomorrow?
I can't really point just to one. I mean, there's a lot of fast cars out here. This field's really close, and I think these Jefferson Pitts cars are going to be really fast. Same thing with the Bill McAnally, and Sunrise Ford cars. I mean, there's a lot of really good talent and a lot of really good it's really close field this weekend.
Now, you're from Bakersfield, so geographically, Kern County Raceway Park is your home track, but Irwindale, from the moment you jumped into a full-size race car, has really been your home facility. You've spent more laps there than anywhere else. So would a win tomorrow, would that feel like a home track win, even though it's not geographically right in your backyard?
It definitely would. I mean, we know so many people around this place. It really is become pretty much our home track. I mean, we know everybody here, all the racers, and we're just really looking to start off the season well. And here in Irwindale, it can't really get much better.
I mean, I know when you have a season like this where it turns into a bit of a grind, especially when you're not out there every single week. You sort of you race and you take a couple of weeks off with the K&N car. Does that make it that much more important to kind of make every start count? Because it's not like when you're racing weekly, if you have a bad Saturday, you can get right back at it 7 days later. You kind of have that long waiting period. Does that make it even more pivotal to sort of maximize every appearance you get?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think this year it's just going to be limiting the bad races you have and just being consistent, running top 5, top 10 every weekend. I think that will really crown your champion at the end of the year. I mean, it's a long schedule, but then again, it's not 18, 20 races like a local track would. So it's about 12 to 15 races, just enough to where you don't want to have a bad race.
I know the crazy amounts of work that goes into these cars, and it doesn't happen without the people behind the scenes and the marketing partners that kind of allow for this package to all come together. So go ahead and show some love to the people that are making this weekend and every other weekend this season happen for you.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend we've got Good Life Organics on the front of the car. That's that's Veg Fresh's new label marketing. And it's awesome to have them on the front of the car. And then we've got Golden Gate Meat Company and 4-Star Fruit. Big supporters for us this year. And everybody who helps us get out here, Reeves Auto Center. And every little bit helps. I mean, there's so many guys, good guys that we're surrounded with, and we're really lucky to have them.
Well, I know you're in for it tomorrow, my man. I know you're up against a lot of competition. It's going to be a big day for you. So I'm going to let you get some sleep, get some rest. I know you just came off the track, so I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. And I'll tell you what, we'll check back in with you tomorrow when it's all said and done.
Awesome.
There you have it, folks. Blaine Perkins getting ready to go to work tomorrow at Irwindale Speedway for the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West opener. Blaine, thank you so much, and have an excellent night.
Thank you.